I actually have stopped eating meat for like the past couple months.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
That's great
well,
to hear.
I've been on like really vegetables and fruits as much as I can. I don't know. The only thing that I haven't really probably stayed away from is probably like just dairy products like cheese.
Okay.
Um, but I'm trying to like ease my way into it as much as I can. Trying to implement that into my lifestyle. I've been preaching, just how eating meat is not good for us because we don't have claws and we don't have canines. So we're not considered carnivores. That's for carnivores at the end of the day. We're omnivores or herbivores, probably specifically. In the
Right.
Garden of Eden, there was no meat. There was just fruits and vegetables in the garden. That's how they survived. So,
Yeah.
just a lot of people don't be like into hearing what you have to say. I know you probably know exactly what I'm talking about because I've been going through the exact same thing as you. People just trying to tell you, what I'm saying, where you're gonna get your protein from, and I explain to them, you can get it from peanut butter, there's
Every
avocado.
plant has protein in it. When you eat animals to get your protein from animals, the animals that you're eating are getting it from plants. Every plant is made up of protein. You can get all of the nutrients you need from a plant based diet. There's hundreds of thousands of edible plant foods available. Now, Stoic, do you know the standard practices in the dairy industry?
No. I mean, like you probably seen those like big pharma, what I'm saying, videos in high school and stuff, but it's been a while since I even.
Yeah, so let me tell you, because actually learning about the dairy industry is the reason that I went vegan in the first place. So if you think about it, cows don't just make milk because they're cows. Mothers make milk to breastfeed their babies. So, in order for a cow to produce breast milk, she has to be pregnant. So the standard practice in the dairy industry is to artificially inseminate or really rape these animals. They jack off the bull, collect the semen, and then force it into the cow, force her to be pregnant so that she makes a baby, so that she has lactations. And then when she has the baby, they separate the baby from the mother because the baby wants to breastfeed from the mother, and that's just not profitable to the dairy industry. And then if the baby is a boy, he's going to be killed for veal because he's not profitable to the dairy industry. And if the baby is a girl, she's going to be raised to be sexually abused just like her mother. And this is like the standard practice for cows. Even if you're getting your dairy from a humane farm that doesn't do that, right? Like their milk just isn't our resource to take. That would be like if I adopted a child, like the humane way would be like if I adopted a child specifically because she's a female and like I wanted to take her breast milk. That's just wrong, right?
Right.
It's not our resource to take. So
I will say I don't drink. I haven't drank in years regular milk. I drink almond milk, and
great.
I've been
Good to
doing
hear.
that for years. It's just the only real thing I struggle with is the cheese. I would say in my diet, but that's something I can easily go cold turkey on too. I personally feel.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And my dear, if you would like some support in transitioning to a plant-based diet, um, this website Challenge 22, you can screenshot if you want.
Yeah, I'm
This
gonna. And
website,
thank you too.
yes, thank you, my dear. This website, Challenge 22, they will give you, it's a great team of individuals that are experienced with plant based dieting and they can give you all of the support you need. There's even registered dietitians on the team that, you can ask them any questions that you have or whatever, but that's a great resource. And then the other great resource is these two YouTube videos. They're just really eye opening.
Mm.
Dominion documentary talks about the standard practices of factory farming around the world, and Gary Yourofsky's most important speech. This is just an ethical speech, but it actually changed the way that I think. It was really moving, and you sound like a really smart guy. I think you could gain a lot
Thank you,
from
Miss. You are
these.
too, and I hope not to cut you off. Just keep doing what you're doing because I see your comments, and I don't know how you're able to just disregard those type of people, but just keep doing that. Keep
Yeah,
staying
I
positive.
simply don't read them.
I
Well,
understand.
thank you, my dear. Do you have
Thank you
any
for having me
Do you
and
have any
informing me.
questions or
Uh,
anything else that you'd like to
no,
say?
but just thank you, like again, for having me and just informing me, with your knowledge. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Stoic. I hope you have a wonderful vegan life, and you are
You
welcome to
too.
come back in here anytime. Thanks for joining. Okay, Hey, King Warrior. Um, I think I'm actually gonna go onto the other account. I'm gonna go onto Green Vegan Goddess. It's linked in my bio if you're not following it because it's kind of dead in here. So I'm gonna go onto Green Vegan Goddess, do like maybe one or two more conversations, and yeah. Okay, see you over there.